Welcome to our pitch video. We are Team 5 and I'm about to present our game Egg Wars. So sit back and relax and we'll walk you through the experience. Egg Wars is a single player strategy game that walks the player through a short-knitted narrative about two young brothers who have been given the enormous task of retrieving eggs for dinner. As you enter the game, you're greeted with the brothers moping around the backyard as the voice of their mother calls out for them to gather up some eggs. And even though the little brother seems reluctant, he follows along on the adventure as his big brother leads the way. Throughout the game, you'll be walking deeper into the forest, following the straight path ahead. Along the way, you'll come face to face with fortifications and roadblocks set up by neighboring kids who are playing the part of forest bandits. And just like game logic dictates, you must defeat the enemy standing in your way. Selecting the player shows the encounter's grid pattern, with your players on the left and the enemies on the right. As you hover over the grid, you can see the tiles indicated in green, showing the path that you're allowed to walk. As you can see, the icons in your player panel begins to react to the amount of tiles that you're about to move. Click your movement, and the icons disappear. Let's do the same for the small brother. Let's see if we can't launch an attack. Let's take one step forward with our big brother to get into range. Then, above the head of the player here, you see a keyboard indicator. So let's go ahead and press E to open up our ability panel. As I hover over the abilities, you can see what they do, their patterns, and also their costs. Remember, both your movement and abilities use the same resource. Let's also select our little brother, who has more range, and send out 2 fireballs to take down the first encounter. I used up an action point moving closer here, and since I'm only facing one enemy, I think I'll use my basic sword slash to hit my opponent twice. Hovering over the enemies will display some information about their abilities and patterns. Egg Wars is an experience that we are sure will remind you of a simpler time, when playing around in the woods was one of life's greatest adventures. With a simple premise and a fun story, Egg Wars shies away from the steep learning curve some strategy games will offer, because as a player you'll figure out the controls and tactics quick enough, and the fun part becomes then to use that simplicity to figure out different tactical approaches. With versatile abilities, close encounter arenas, and obstacles to hide behind, positioning and planning is key. We hope that you have enjoyed this pitch video, and we're looking forward to hearing your feedback.